All right, Kyle Shanahan just had his Monday conference call with Bay Area reporters coming off the 49ers 30-13 victory over the New England Patriots. So we have some injury updates, including we'll talk a little bit about Christian McCaffrey, some confirmation. Kyle Shanahan for the first time talked about what's maybe a little bit more detail. Jennifer and I talked about it on the 49ers Talk podcast after the game about the bilateral tendonitis, and we explained what that means. We'll get into that a little bit further. But first, let's just give you the rundown of the injuries coming out of the game. And the first one, obviously, Fred Warner with the ankle injury. So I'm just going to list them all here. Well, let's just start with Fred Warner. Ankle injury. He didn't play at all in the second half. He's sore, but Kyle Shanahan lists him as day to day, and that's the report from the medical staff. So, assuming he went through the imaging, the MRI, and the good news, of course, is that it's not a high ankle sprain or anything like that, but he is hurting a little bit. And what Kyle Shanahan said was day to day gives them a chance to heal up this week, gives Fred Warner a chance to heal up this week, as well as all the other players I'm going to mention right now. So, day to day, Fred Warner with the ankle, Jacob Cowing with his shoulder, Jordan Elliott, the defensive tackle who got the start with Javon Hargrave out for the season. He had a knee injury. He's day to day. George Kittle, who after the game denied he had anything wrong with him physically, but the 49ers list him as a ribs injury. He's day to day. Chris Conley had the oblique. He's day to day. And Kyle Juszczyk, a shoulder injury. He is day to day as well. So very good news for the 49ers as far as the injury front coming out of their week 4 game against the New England Patriots. A couple of other injury updates as far as on the non-football injury list. Ricky Pearsall, he's eligible to come off that list this week and begin practicing. Kyle Shanahan says that they have yet to decide what they're going to do with that. They're talking about it today. They'll talk about it tomorrow. And then a decision will probably be made on Wednesday whether to keep him on that list or open the window for him to practice. One guy who it sounds like will get that practice window open is Kalia Davis. He had the knee condition in the first preseason game, had a really good preseason game against the Tennessee Titans. And he went on IR at the beginning of the season. So now that he's missed his 4 games, he's eligible to come off, and it certainly sounds like that is the case. So that's the injury update for the 49ers. I'm just trying to think one more thing about Ricky Pearsall. He missed practice time, a lot of practice time with the shoulder injury, the subluxation of his left shoulder. Then, of course, as everybody knows, he got shot during an armed robbery attempt on August 31st. It was a through and through wound. He seems to be doing really well. When asked if he would require more of a ramp up to get ready to play, Shanahan said that he didn't know that for certain. He said that we'd see him on the field and that that's when he would make his judgment by seeing how Ricky Pearsall looks when he gets on the practice field. So he says he always gets excited when guys are coming off IR because when that window opens for them to practice, that's the first time that they have the opportunity to see them do football stuff. Okay, now to Christian McCaffrey. He recently went to Germany, of course, for treatment on his Achilles tendonitis. That's what the team has described it, Achilles tendonitis. And as I mentioned with Jennifer Lee Chan after the podcast on Sunday after the game on the 49ers Talk podcast, available everywhere or anywhere you get your podcast, I refer to it as bilateral tendonitis, which means tendonitis on both legs. And Shanahan said that that is the case, that during this time, he's had it in both legs. He said it started with one, and then you overcompensate, and then the other becomes affected. He said it's mainly been in one, but both have bothered him. So it really remains to be seen where the 49ers go with this. They were talking about kind of ramping up his rehab, his physical therapy this week to see where he is. He would be eligible to come off injured reserve after Sunday's game against the Arizona Cardinals. Of course, after that is the quick turnaround game against Seattle. So we'll see where that goes. I think it's very much an indefinite situation where he is out And I don't think that they've put any kind of time frame on when Christian McCaffrey will be able to get back on the field for the 49ers. So that is very much a wait and see thing. But in the meantime, Jordan Mason has done a bang up job with the 49ers as their lead running back, second in the league in rushing, really just outstanding. And Shanahan talked on Monday about what makes Jordan Mason such a good fit for the 49ers offense. And the way he described it was just how hard he runs, that he almost always picks up more yards than what the play is blocked for. So that's something that they always look at of like, where's the blocking? How much should he get on it? And then how much does he actually get on it as far as the yards gained? So I think Mason kind of apologized to Shanahan after the game about he felt like he missed some holes to run through in the game on Sunday while he rushed for 123 yards and a touchdown. But Shanahan said he almost always goes to the right hole and he hits it right and he runs violently and doesn't slow down. 49ers got some major contributions from some young guys in Sunday's game. Malik Mustafa started in place of Talanoa Hufanga. And other than a play at the beginning and a play at the end, Mustafa had basically a perfect game. He missed a tackle on a first third down of the game, allowing the Patriots to get a first down. Kind of took a poor angle there, but then he also, and then later in the game, he had kind of a tipped pass, probably a tough chance interception go through his hands, but they felt like he really had a good game and definitely has solidified his role as the team's number three safety behind Hufanga and Jair Brown. And he also got props for kind of helping open the way with a big block on an offensive lineman to lead to Fred Warner's touchdown return on that interception in the second quarter. Renardo Green saw a lot of playing time in the second half as the 49ers third cornerback, and he played very well. The plan was for Isaac Yiadom to start and then for Green to mix in. And Yadam played pretty well too. I think he had a pass breakup on a third down, but the plan was to get Green out there. They did. Seven rookies played for the 49ers in this game, and they all played pretty good roles. Probably the one negative would have been Isaac Guerendo's fumble in which he wasn't even hit by a Patriots guy on the kickoff. He ran into teammate Eric Saubert. The ball popped out. That was a turnover for the 49ers. Evan Anderson is a guy that an undrafted rookie from Florida Atlantic who won his way to get a uniform on Sunday. The 49ers kept that roster spot open, knowing that they would need to call up a defensive tackle after Javon Hargrave's season-ending injury. So the 49ers basically had competition among the defensive linemen to see who would win that spot. The answer, Evan Anderson. And what Shanahan said is that he competed very well in practice last week, and he earned the spot to get up an elevation from the practice squad, and then he rose to the occasion with a very good game, swiping the ball loose from Jacoby Brissett on one play, getting a sack and a fumble. The Patriots maintained possession on that. Also, another guy up from the practice squad, but was given a spot or earned a spot, I should say, on the 53-man roster, Sam Okawanu. And this is a guy that's kind of new to football. And man, he has really come on. And Shanahan said that he's kind of been a terror. He's kind of been a pain on the practice field because he blows up a lot of plays for the 49ers first team offense. So he said it's good to see him do something like that against an opponent. So Sam Okawanu, a defensive end, really just learning the game of football and playing very well. So that's the roundup from the 49ers game coming out of week 4, the victory over the Patriots. And I'm taping this right before Monday Night Football, where the Seahawks play the Detroit Lions. Of course, all the other teams in the NFC West lost. The two other teams, I should say, Arizona and the Rams. So the 49ers pick up a game on them. And then Seattle, as they head into this game, undefeated. So the 49ers can pick up a game if the Detroit Lions win this game. So once again, thanks for tuning into my YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, comment, all the above. And we appreciate you coming here and watching my video. So we'll be back with you soon with another update from 49er Land.